Hello and welcome to Cryptos Tomorrow. I decided to make this channel kind of when everything is shitty in a bear market and just kind of talk about my ideas and what I think is happening right now. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so to start with, I want to give a little update on the crypto market cycle top indicators. And the interesting thing about these is that we haven't hit a single one. It hasn't even gotten close to something that's looking like a top as of now. We're moving under the 111 daily moving average, and the minor historical overbought oversold chart is also trending under one. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin rainbow price chart indicator, which you have probably seen a lot of times before, it's a pretty famous one, we're kind of entering the undervalued zone here, which has only been broken one time before in 2022 after the big 21 bull market run. So it's pretty interesting to see. We have not hit the overbought, kind of overvalued yet at all. We have gotten a little bit close, kind of in the green zone, but nothing huge. And now we're almost entering the very undervalued zone. So, and again, you can see all the indicators right here. We have not gotten close to hitting them. We haven't hit them. So that kind of says a lot around where we would be in the cycle as of right now. Alright, next up we got the Fear and Greed Index, which you have probably seen a lot before. But yeah, I want to put this in here real quick because we're kind of dipping the feet once again into extreme fear, which we did last time in November 2025, which was a pretty depressing time. And we're kind of getting those vibes once again and going for that double dip like we did in 25 March, April, which also after the double dip, it led to this little relief rally where we also saw some pretty good activity in altcoins. So that was great. And as you can see, when I switch to the 1-year chart on the Fear and Greed Index, you can see that we haven't even reached the extreme greed as of now. We have pretty much spent the time in fear and extreme fear most of the time, and we have had these little pumps up to the greed, but nothing exceptional like the past cycles that we have seen. So yeah, let's get into some charts. I'm gonna cue a little transition here. Alright, so as you can see, we're kind of, as of now, hanging on to that little support that we have around right here. We're probably gonna go for sweeping the low of these past lows before we can kind of get that continuation back up, because as of now, we have only topped on apathy, as you have probably heard the Ben guy saying a bunch of times. We only topped on apathy right here. So if we want that kind of euphoric pump, it's gonna hopefully just sweep the low or even catch some support right here and then continue to kind of go for this where it goes down, has a little, where it kind of goes sideways for a little bit before we get that explosive move back up, which is kind of what we're seeing again right here. We have this going down, then we have this little sideways movement before it kind of sweeps down, takes a little low, as we did right here again, before it kind of goes into that next little cycle that it has. If we look back on the 21, it had way less cycles than this one. Way less. We went up, then went down, sideways traded, up, got an euphoric top, and then we kind of just died down, sideways traded before we entered officially the big bear market. And as you can see, people said the same here, they said the same here, they said the same here. It's always the same once we go down. They always say, oh, it's over. You have the bears tweeting the little charts and stuff. But the fact is, we're around a support level right now. And we're still in the cycle. It hasn't euphorically topped, if you can say that yet. We have only seen these little kind of apathy tops as of now, which if we go to the past cycles, we had huge gains with euphoric tops. And we just haven't seen that. We've got little ups, then we have gotten some sideways trading where just distribution around Bitcoin before we had the next up, and it's just been the same. So it's kind of way different as it is right now, and I'm gonna get into the metals in a bit. But yeah, this is how I see it as of right now. We're kind of testing the support, we're sweeping the lows before we get ready for another run back up. So yeah. Alright, so another little thing I want to talk about right here is that the 31st of January, we had the 10th largest liquidation in history of crypto. Once again, it happens a few weeks, happens all the time. We had the 10/10th, which was pretty depressing. That was 19.1 billion in liquidations. which was 6 times larger than COVID and FTX combined. So it's looking kind of rough on that front. And next I want to show the liquidation heat map. As you can see, there's not much liquidation to kind of take if we go down. You can see it's all sitting above the 90k range as of now. What happened is you see the price likes to push up and take the liquidations. It's almost, we could have a little short squeeze if we get above the 90k right here again. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about right here is the Bitcoin to gold ratio chart. So as you can see, it's really oversold on the RSI as well as Bitcoin is right now. But the thing that you can notice is that before the 2021 bull run, we had the exact same scenario where we were really oversold. We were doing really bad, really weak to gold before we kind of caught up and got the 2021 run, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. But yeah, as well as the seasonals, you can see 2024, we were kind of weak. But then in February, we started running up. And in 2025, we were just weak the whole year until summer, where we started kind of dibble-dabbling a little bit up before we just went down. And it was just kind of a shit year, all in all. But you can see that it's really trying to hang on to the support right now. It would be bad if it broke this. Really tried out the support before it went back up, as well as we're seeing now. It's trying the support. It's kind of holding, so it's going to be exciting to see. Kind of don't want to see it go too far below this, but if it holds, it's gonna end up being something. As you can see, this chart looks a lot like what the bear posters were posting, but the thing is, it's not in dollars. It's in the Bitcoin to gold ratio chart. All right, crazy transition onto the next chart. Alright, I promise this is the last chart this time. So, this I want to show, it's the S&P 500 and gold and Bitcoin compared together. So, basically what you can see is that this is not the first time it has happened. We had the same thing in 2018, 2019, where Bitcoin kind of went really weak against both the S&P 500 and gold at the same time. Then it dipped, and then the S&P 500 dipped right after. But as you can see, after it dipped down and like touched some gold, dibble-dabbled a little bit around, then it started to catch up and we got that run that really started to grow strong against the whole market at the same time. And then we had a weak period again, and once again it's dibbled down, then it touched some gold, and then this is obviously the pandemic, the COVID, so it might have looked different if we didn't have the pandemic, but I'm still going to use it as an example. It dibbled down, touched gold, and then it started growing strong again and beating the whole market a little bit after it had that weak point. And we had the 2021 bull run. So basically where we are right now, it has been really weak and it has been dabbling down, and now it's touching gold. And as you can see, the last times we have kind of had those touch points, it has been with the SP 500 crash, which we have not seen yet at all, but it is down and touching. So it could start growing strong from here on and kind of starting to go a little bit up before we get that kind of euphoric run that we're looking for. But once again, I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at the basic macros right here. All right, so if I go back to Bitcoin real quick here, you can see that it's already kind of sweeping the low as gold is falling right now. So of course what could happen is something like it tries to retake, does another low, tries to retake another low before it kind of gets the little rally we're looking for. I mean, we don't know. I mean, it's a possibility. Everything is a possibility, but this is kind of the best outcome that I'm talking about in this video. So, but yeah, that's basically what I want to say in this video. It's kind of just like the basic stuff as of now. So if you want me to go deeper in macros and 4-year cycle, Ethereum, all of that stuff, just let me know, like throw a comment. Also make sure to like and subscribe to my little channel that I have started to share my ideas. But yeah, in the end, it can always like get worse. But what matters in this is that there's a possibility of it doing still really good. So I guess we'll just have to see. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like this stuff, and I'll make some more. So see ya.